Crabman from Crabman Gaming here, and today we will be playing Cricket Captain 2020. This is the Australia Save Part 9, and it will be 2 test matches against India. The first 2 of an absolutely blockbuster 4 test series. Now, the last time India visited Australia was in 2018, and India did win 2-1, although Australia were missing Warner and Smith, but it was an excellent series. I'm expecting this series to be just as good. Now, I'm going to pick my squad. I'm just going to flick back to facing Afghanistan. This was quite a close match. I did pick Michael Neser at 7. I'm probably not going to pick Neser as I need a stronger batting lineup. I don't really like Payne at 6 and Neser at 7. So we'll pick the squad. I had Nick Maddinson here as my reserve batsman, but I'm really wanting to choose, and this is probably just personal preference, I'm really looking at Glenn Maxwell. You can see he's averaged nearly 40 and he does bowl as well. So I'm going to get him into the squad, and that really means I need to omit either Neser, Agar or Maddinson, which it's a bit hard to drop Neser, but I probably, it's really tough, or Agar as a second spinner, if there's a spinning wicket, but I should get to choose a wicket. I'm going to just omit Agar as he hasn't really done much this year. Okay, we're still sticking with our regular top 4 here of Burns, Warner, Labuschagne and Smith. And the bowling will be Hazlewood, Lyon, Stark, Cummins. I'm going to bat Maxwell at 6, and Payne is going to bat at 7. I'm not going to pick Nick Maddinson. The game wants me to pick him, but I'm in charge. That's why you play the game. And let's get Tim Payne some keeping here so he doesn't drop a sitter, and Head can just have some ground fielding. Can I pick the pitch? I can't at this stage. Wonder if India had did they have a warm-up tour match? They didn't. You don't seem to see the warm-up matches as much anymore as you used to. Sometimes it was really good to get a... Oh, here we go. I'm going to pick a seamer's pitch because India will probably pick... Well, they'd pick 2 spinners if you picked a spinner's pitch, and if it's a batsman's pitch, it might be a draw. So here's the first match at the Gabba in Brisbane, where I think Australia haven't lost a home test since the 1980s. So it is a fortress for Australia. So I think my only change will be that to the lineup. Cummins is a better batter than Stark. His batting has improved, even though Stark has a higher average. He was a better batter earlier in his career. But anyway, less waffling because the last video was way too long. Warner, Burns, Labuschagne, Smith, Head, Maxwell. So Maxwell can chip in with some bowling. Payne, Cummins, Stark, Lyon, Hazlewood are the 11. Neser misses out after a good debut, and Nick Maddinson is the spare batsman. It's a seaming wicket. Let's have a look at the Indian lineup. So you have KL Rahul opening the batting with Agarwal. You've got Vihari in at 3. Virat Kohli, the master, coming in at 4. Shreyas Iyer making his test debut. Ajinkya Rahane in at 6. Ravi Jadeja and Ravi Ashwin are the spin twins. Genuine all-rounders, although Jadeja is the slightly better batter. Sometimes he's batting at 8 in this Indian team, and that's insane. And then quite a long tail for India, but you've got Jasprit Bumrah, for some reason batting at 9 ahead of Mohammad Shami and Ishant Sharma, the pace trio. So India with a really well-rounded 11 there. They've got 3 great seamers, 2 really good spinners, good depth with the batting, and some amazing talent with the bat. So this should be an absolutely incredible series, and we've won the toss, which is really great. So we're going to have a bat. I'll try and get through a little bit quicker than the Afghanistan save. I really waffled and took a long time. I'll do highlights for the first 10, and then we'll turn highlights off and just keep them on for key moments of the game. So Warner's averaging 49, Burns 42, and Jasprit Bumrah comes in. Oh, I thought that was going to hit him in the head. He's kind of hooked him down the ground for 4 in the first over. 3 slips in. Oh, that's dangerous. Joe Burns. I do like the left-right combination of Joe Burns as he cuts one through the slips. Very dangerous. Stick to driving. Joe Burns, please. Mohammad Shami. He's got a good test average there of 27. For an Indian seamer, That is a very good seam bowling average. And the only reason I say that about the Indian seamers is that they play a lot of games in India where the wickets are conducive to spin a lot of the time. So it's generally quite difficult for the seamers, and that's why Ishant Sharma, his average was around 35 for a long time, and he's managed to average, I think, under 30 for the last few years. So when he gets on, we'll have a look at his last couple of seasons because he's really improved out of sight. And he was always pretty good, but when you're playing in India and you're playing on spin wickets, it's not going to help you to get a lot of wickets, especially when you don't get to bowl at the tail much. Oh, so here's Sharma. So there we go. His test match average is 32, which I think is pretty good when you've got 300 test wickets. But here you go. Last year, 30 wickets at 15, and then 33 wickets at 22. So he has been outstanding in the last 2 years. Let's turn the highlights off. Australia got to 50 without loss. Virat Kohli's coming on for a bowl. Gee, what a bold move from the Indians. No test wickets and first class bowling average of 112. So interesting. They do that they bowl seamers until the 15th over, which is just a little feature I wish they would fix. David Warner's gone. He got stumped in the last game as well, wandering down the wicket. So he's missed another one. The bails have been whipped off. KL Rahul is wicket keeping in this game. And he has, I don't think he's ever kept in test cricket. So if he has, please just let me know in the comments down below. But I think he's more, like he can keep, but he doesn't keep a lot internationally. But I may be wrong. All right, in comes Labuschagne, current test average of 65. And surprised they haven't got Jadeja in as well. I'm sure he'll be the next bowler used. Here he is, Ravi Jadeja, one of my favourite Indian players because he can bat. Look at his test match batting average of 35. First class of 47. If you are averaging 47 and 24 with the ball, in my opinion, you are elite and you should be playing every single game for your country. And we've got Ravichandran Ashwin there as well. He has been playing for India for a long time, was a great, had a great partnership with Harbhajan Singh for a long time as the spin twins in the Indian lineup. So Ashwin, just the one wicket, 1 for 86. Burns has taken his time. I don't mind that because this Indian lineup is really good. And also, being the first test match of a 4-test series, you really want to try and get on top and lower the form of some of the players as well. So I'm not too worried if I bat slowly and take a long time and maybe bat for a couple of days. It's not going to worry me. Burns has passed his 50. Labuschagne a little slow. Let's just get him a little bit quicker. So Australia just trying to grind India down here with nothing fancy. Very slow, under 3 and over. That's okay. I'm happy with that. Let's just continue as we've been going. Oh, Labuschagne gone. Let's have a look at it. Oh, plum. But he missed that one. Full and straight from Shami. He's a very quick bowler, Shami, so it's got through him. Absolutely plum. Okay, in comes Steve Smith. Test average of 63. And you can see here, Bumrah is fast, Shami is fast. I think Sharma is medium fast. I always get confused between medium fast and fast medium, and I know I shouldn't, but medium fast is quicker than fast medium. It's just confusing. I don't know if it confuses you, but it definitely confuses me. Let's keep the highlights on to see if Joe Burns can get a well-grafted 100. Or Smith's on strike. Oh, nearly a snick. Come on, Joe Burns. Can he get... I think it will be his 6th test 100. Here's Joe Burns. Pushes one into the deep. He goes all the way for 4. Raise the bat, Joe Burns. Magnificent 100 against India. Pretty sure that's his first 100 against India. Here he is. Burns, 6th test 100. Let's have a look. I do like this feature. Against India, it definitely is his first. He's got 250s before. Let's turn the highlights off. Otherwise this will go for a long time. 2 for 205 Australia. Smith's gone. Caught Kohli, bowled Ashwin. Oh, that's a good length. Oh, he just hit it there too. Kind of a leg slip. Backward short leg. I don't really know exactly what you call that position. It is a kind of leg slip to the spinners. Okay, how are we going? New ball soon. I wonder if India will take it. They haven't bowled Jadeja very much. Yeah, they're not going to take it. They might take it just before the end of the day. Here we go with half an hour left. That's a good move, I think. Just extend that new ball. So it's still quite new in the morning. They'll probably get 6 to 8 overs here with the new ball. Just want to see off. I might just turn this down a little bit to bat out the day. Fantastic. Pretty good day for Australia. The game's still in the balance. 3 for 240. Joe Burns 114 not out. Let's get back to it. And that ball is still only 9 overs old, so they can have Bumrah and Shami bowl. Travis Head caught and bowled Shami. Gone. Do you know what I might do is just stick wickets on so I don't have to go back to it for these videos. In comes my man Glenn Maxwell, underrated. He scored his his test match 100 came in India, and then he was dropped very shortly after, which I think was a little bit unfair. So as it's my game, Glenn Maxwell is back in. Oh, he's been dropped. Oh, dropped at leg slip. That was a tough chance. Alright, we'll see how we go. Still in the balance this game. I'm just happy Joe Burns has faced over 300 balls. Just happy just to grind away most of day 2. Just keep grinding, keep grinding. Oh, there's Maxwell out. Yep, gone. Snicked one for 27. That's okay. Tim Paine needs to make a contribution. Nothing safe against India. I know there's plenty of games in India that I remember seeing, mainly playing England, where England would come out first and make 500 and think, yeah, we've done well, and then India would bat second and make 700, and then England would make 300 in the second innings, and India would just chase down 100 runs in some huge run fests. So India have been scoring some monster totals in recent years. Here in the second session, just chipping away. Tim Paine batting well. I hate how he's very defensive. I don't really like very defensive test batsmen because they just bat really slowly. Alright, pushing up towards the 400. No, we're still in the first innings. Going to try and speed up a little bit. We're at T on day 2, 5 for 390. Joe Burns very close to, I think it'll be his first double century. I know he has one already. He got one against Bangladesh in the first video. So let's see if he can get a second double century. Very underrated player, Joe Burns. Paine gets cleaned up for 36. It's a good contribution. Tends to be what he does a lot, is make 20s and 30s and doesn't get very many big scores. Oh, that's some bias. That's KL Rahul there. Oh, Burns is gone. Bowled. 198. Oh, great innings, Joe Burns. Well done. I give him a little clap on the way off. Bowled by Bumrah. Batted for nearly 10 and a half hours. 453 balls. Monster effort. 401. So this game is, I think, is in the balance here. I don't think that by any stretch, as Bumrah bowls Stark, that we are right on top. We're a little bit ahead. They're snicked behind, but a good finish. India are blasting the tail out. It's a good fight back from India. Bumrah gets an LB. We did lose the last 5 wickets for 5 wickets for 24 runs. Bumrah 4 for 98, Shami 4 for 121, and Ashwin with 2. Sharma didn't get any wickets but was fairly tight. Warner 42, Burns magnificent 198. Everyone else just really chipped in. 42 Labuschagne, 36 Paine, not much from the tail. Australia 414. Alright, let's get the highlights on. Let's be aggressive just for a couple of overs against KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal. I always forget his first name. Alright, let's give these 5 aggressive overs. Yep, and just as I thought. Actually, I meant to open with Hazelwood, not Pat Cummins, but that's okay. In comes Hazelwood, down leg side. Yeah, I think that India are probably going to get a pretty good score here as well. Josh Hazlewood with a waft. We're nearly the end of the day. Let's get Hazlewood on. I thought there was another over. I was going to bowl Maxwell. All right, end of day 2. India, none for 34. They've started really well. I'm going to keep Hazlewood on, and I'm going to have Stark on for a few as well. Well, it is a lovely day where I am here today. I hope it's a lovely day where you are. Hopefully you're staying nice and safe, and you are looking after yourself. And important to look after others as well, wherever you are around the world. So I've got people watching all around the world. A lot of people from the UK. Not sure how many of my US audience are watching these cricket videos. Quite a few people watching from India as well. And then really just little bits of countries all over the world. And about 10% of my audience from right here in Australia. All right, we do need to break through. It's a good first partnership. We do. Rahul's gone. He's snicked off the second slip to Davey Warner, who's probably having a good old natter to good old mate Steve Smith there at first slip. All right. Come on, Paddy. Oh, Agarwal's gone as well. That is absolutely plum. 2 for 92 after a good start. In comes King Kohli. Look at that test average, 53.63. What a star. Could be gone first ball. He sticked it. No, just close. Just give me, just... Oh, he's gone first slip. Gone for a duck. Kohli's gone. King Kohli makes his way off at the Gabba for a duck. Oh dear. How many test ducks has he got? It can't be that many. Well, it's actually his probably 11th or 10th or 11th test duck. So Kohli's gone. Shreyas Iyer walks out to bat on test debut. Excellent first class average of 51. He's a very aggressive batsman. He's another one of my favourite Indian players. I do love a good aggressive batsman. Vihari here. He snicked off as well. He dropped it. Oh, Steve Smith, what are you doing? Oh, that would have been 4 quick wickets. Gee, India just need to regroup here, settle down. Let's get Hazlewood off. Get Stark on. The seamers are doing a really, really good job. I'll save Lyon for a little bit. There's another snick. Smith's held on. Vihari's gone, and India have lost 4 for 21 in quick succession after a really good start. This is not what they want in the first match of this 4-test series. Alright, let's get Lyon on. Hopefully Lyon cannot go for too many runs. Lyon to Shreyas Iyer. That's a good line. Oh, there's no one there. Lyon comes in again. They've got the ball looking fantastic in this game. The lights are shining off his melon. Alright, Paddy's pretty exhausted. Just got the 4 bowlers, so I do have to rotate them. I know I've got Maxwell, but when you're in a commanding position here, I don't want to let India off with any easy runs. We're going to keep the strike bowlers on. I do like that 5th option of Maxwell, and I got Labuschagne as well. Rahane snicked one behind to Lyon. It's another wicket. We're into Jadeja. Then Ravichandran Ashvin, Bumrah, Shami, Sharma. So they'll probably want some runs quickly. 5 for 141. What a fight back from Australia after an opening stand of 88 between Rahul and Agarwal. Okay, who am I going to keep on here? I'm going to go back to the seamers. So I'm going to have Hazlewood and Cummins bowl and try and really push through. Can we get another wicket? Good fight back here. Here comes Hazlewood. Oh, Shreyas Iyer showing he belongs at the test level. That's outside the line. Yes, it is just outside the line of the off stump. Probably going on to hit the stumps. It is indeed. Okay, stuck. All right. All right, just something new, just a bit of information for you as well. After this video, after I finished recording, I am off to play a T20 today. Lucky enough to have sport happening around where I am, and playing a T20 today, and actually playing a T20 tomorrow as well, which would have been a few days before. That's out. Jadeja's gone, so looking forward to getting out and having a couple of games of T20, and then hopefully wherever you are around the world you can get back to playing cricket as well pretty soon if you currently can't play. So weather's looking pretty good, unlike last weekend. It got washed out, but looking a lot better, just like what happened in the World Cup. If you watch my World Cup save, I was asking for rain for 7 videos, and then Yes, rain came and did not help me one bit. All right, last over for Stark. Good fight back here from India. Going to avoid the follow-on. Let's get Hazelwood back on. And Cummins. Let's just bowl them to about the 72nd over. And then I'll bowl Lyon and probably Maxwell. Ashwin's gone. What a screamer of a catch from Davey Warner. We do have the tail in though, so this might change. I'm going to just put them out. I wish there was an option where you could have the field out for 4 balls and then you could bring the field in for the last 2 so they don't just get a single. That'd be a pretty good feature because I'm pretty sure Shreyas Iyer is going to farm the strike. Or Jasprit Bumrah's batting at 9 with that whopping test average of just 3 from 22 innings and not the best first class average either. I'm surprised that Shami is not at 9. It says he's 10 because Bumrah is a legit 11. I'd probably bat him ahead of Sharma though. I probably would have gone Shami. I would have gone Shami, Bumrah, Sharma. Try saying that quickly. It's a tongue twister. Oh, there we go. Shreyas Iyer's gone. A wonderful 68 on debut. Get the field in. Shouldn't need to worry too much about the new ball. The tail. Oh, whoops. Why have I still got the field out for Shami? Whoops. Didn't notice that. Get him in for Sharma. Alright, I'm going to take Hazelwood off. I'm going to give Lyon a little bowl. Can take the final wicket. Australia. Oh, that's hit outside the line. Australia in a good position. India really let themselves down, losing 4 for 21 after a great start. Lyon traps Bumrah, LBW, hung in for half an hour. Here's the batting lineup. Just a couple of good performances at the start by Rahul and Agarwal, who put on 88 for the first wicket, and then really a collapse of 4 for 21. Shreyas Iyer hung in with the middle and lower order, and that's really all there is to speak of. Cummins 5 for 64, chipped in with wickets around, only just avoided the follow-on. Is there any rain? I didn't really check for rain. No rain. Let's just do 10 overs of highlights quickly. We've got 1 over before the tea break. I think it's the tea break. Yep, the tea interval on day 3. Australia, none for 5. I might just turn the highlights off, otherwise this will go for ages. So the idea is here probably to get back to 400 ahead again. Burns goes for just 3. And we probably don't want to bat too slowly, but you don't want to rush. So kind of go through a bit quicker. Virat Kohli didn't get a bowl in the second innings. The spinners will probably bowl a fair few overs. Labuschagne gone for 23. So really it's a case of extending out this lead as long as possible. That's a very interesting innings from Warner. That's the end of day 3. 2 for 89. Warner 29 from 83. That is very slow. Smith 30 from 40. Let's push on. Probably, if we don't get bowled out, probably look to bat until there's an hour to go on day 4, or maybe to tea on day 4. Depends how many runs we are ahead. Smith gone for 43. And this is where having somebody like a Maxwell in your team is really beneficial, because he can get some quick runs for you. Just 11 for head. Warner's going very slow. I'm going to pump him up a little here. Make him go a little bit quicker. Jadeja just the 1 over. That's surprising for me. Alright, closing in on 400 runs ahead. Warner out for 19. Comes Tim Paine. We probably will get bowled out, to be honest, and not declare. We'll probably just go for it. Try and bat for about an hour or so in this session. Tim Paine's so slow. Got to crank him right up. 5 off 25. Come on, Tim Paine. 2 slows. Paddy Cummins. Let's get Maxwell ahead. We're 400 ahead, so let's be aggressive to finish off the innings. Hopefully Maxwell can get a 50. Oh, he's gone. That's okay. We'll be fairly aggressive. We don't want to hang around, waste time. Just let the tail hit out. And we might get a little bat here. A little bowl just before tea. There we go. Doesn't matter losing a few wickets. Stark 21, so second innings 90 for Warner, 43 for Smith, and everyone else just chipping in. They didn't need a huge score, all out 247, and India need 438 to win in 4 and a bit sessions. So let's get Stark. Let's get him full and swinging the ball in. That's the idea. Let's put lone chances on. I don't know if I did that. And I'm actually going to start with not Lyon, but Josh Hazlewood, and it is a very erratic wicket. Can we go in at the break? One down. There's a snick. Huge snick from Rahul. He's gone for... How many did he get? Just the 5. Just what India didn't want. Losing a wicket. Last ball of the session. No, that's gone through. And India 1 for 12. Stark 1 for none. Let's keep him on aggressively. I might just turn that down a little, as I'm always wary of runs getting away. You don't want to give away easy runs. You do still want to be aggressive. That's... Oh, I thought that was going to swing in straight into the pad. Let's get Cummins on. You don't want to be too aggressive and leak a lot of runs early. Stark's pretty much done. Let's get... I'm just going to give Hazlewood 2 more, and then I'll get Lyon on. Just happy having the seamers on for now. Come on, Hazlewood in his last over. Oh, right in the guts. That's got to hurt. Definitely does. Here's Lyon on. India digging in, 1 for 70. Let's just keep it normal. Not panic too much. The wicket should come on this when we get to a 5th day wicket. Great catch there. Who was that? Steve Smith at slip. Agwal gone for well-made 43. And this is just what you have to do in the 4th innings, is just chip away. We've got a couple of overs. I still haven't given Maxwell a bowl yet, but I'll give him a bowl tomorrow. You tend not to... You don't want to give your 5th bowler a token bowl. You generally just want to bowl him when you need to. So 2 for 100, not too bad from India. 338 to win. It will be the highest 4th innings chase of all time if they do get it. But I have seen a lot of screenshots of some very high 4th innings chases. I think they've tried to tweak the game a little bit with some patches. I think we've had 7 patches so far. But I think in some of the earlier games, people were posting up scores of 400 plus being chased in the last innings on a crumbling deck. There's a nice snick. Vihari's gone. Kohli and Shreyas are in. All right, we'll give Mitchie Stark another over. I do tend to find the test matches are probably the easiest form of the game to win, because you can really grind down an opposition. One day is a little bit more challenging, and then T20s sometimes are a bit of a lottery. Anything can happen, but that's a little bit realistic. They are like that in real life. Things can change very fast in a T20 game. Alright, India grinding away. Oh, I think it's just missing leg. Yeah, it is. Alright. Oh, that looked like it was... Oops, that's the wrong highlight. That looked like it was going down leg as well. Let's have a look. Maybe it was just grazing leg. Oh, no, that's hitting middle and leg. I looked at it wrong the first time. That's smashing middle and leg. Alright, Lyon. Just going to keep probing away. I don't really know who Australia can pick as a test spinner afterwards. It's just going to depend on how the game's generated them, because Zampa's he's taken 3 wickets in 2 years. Oh, well done. Rahani's gone for a duck. Swepson hasn't done great, to be honest. Steve O'Keefe, who was my favourite second spinner, he's retired after taking 200 or 300 wickets at 24, who never seemed to be picked. Lang takes out Kohli, snicked in behind for 49, and Australia look on course to take out this first test match. Steve O'Keefe, I think, should have always been in and around the squad. Australians, they don't really like John Holland either, because he's a bit like Steve O'Keefe, is a left arm off spinner who just darts it in. And I think Australia always looking for that Shane Warne type of bowler who just looks really exciting, is really just a really charismatic figure. And John Holland is a bit like a Jack Leach of England. He's just doesn't look like an international player, but I think he bowls really well. Bowls very tidy, Alright, Stark is cleaning up the tail. We're just 1 wicket away. Can he get a 5-wicket haul? I love how I said I'd pick Maxwell for his bowling, and he's not in the side. Sharma's snicked off. 3 wickets in the final over for Stark. A 5-wicket haul. Australia win the first test by, I can't find where it is, 277 runs. A comprehensive victory in the end. Blasted out the tail for 7-4-14 at the end. The end came very quickly. Here's the match summary. Australia win by 277. Joe Burns is the man of the match with a 198 in the first innings. Bumrah and Shami 4 each. Warner got 90 in the second innings. India applied with 224. Great start, fell away, losing 4 for 21. Australia piled on, or packed on, didn't really pile on, but got 247 just to set India over 400, which was always going to be hard. Stark took 5, Kohli 49. The first test is done, and we're going to play one more test for you in this series, and then the next video will be tomorrow. Okay, I don't think I'm going to change too much between now and then. We're going to keep another seamers pitch. We are facing India. It is the battle of 1 versus 2. I'm going to keep this the same. Oh, I've got to pick these again. Gee, that's annoying. Not really sure why they don't just keep them the same. Well, I suppose you could have changed your squad members, but they could just take them out if you did that. I'm not really sure how much these things help either, but they always do. Oh, I didn't do physio. I'm not sure how much these things really help. I know the physio does help. Let's put it on Pat Cummins. And maybe we can have a quick look at the Indian squad as well. So who didn't they pick? You've got Prithvi Shaw. You've got Shubman Gill here. It was 70. Look at that first class average. 70. That's insane. And you've got Kuldeep Yadav, the leg spinner, left arm leg spinner. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Nadeem, I don't really know him. And Umesh Yadav, who's played a lot of test cricket as well. So I wonder if they'll get Prithvi Shaw in, Rispar Pant there as well as the spare keeper. Yeah, I'd probably pick Pant over Rahul and just have Pant keep, and I don't know, I'd probably pick Prithvi Shaw to open, maybe with Agarwal. I don't know, it's hard, you got so many good players to choose from. Alright, second test, I'm going to keep it exactly the same. Let's have a look at the yearly stats. Payne really is the standout. We have had a lot of tests against Afghanistan and Bangladesh, so those averages are pretty high. Stark 33 wickets at 11. Everyone's done a pretty good job. Alright, we went tails last time. We're going to go heads. Prithvi Shaw's come in, which is a bit harsh because he's replaced Shreyas Iyer, who scored a good 50 in the first innings. So Rahul Agarwal is pretty much the same. Vihari, Kohli, Ajinkya Rahane, Shaw, Jadeja, Ashwin, Bumrah, Shami, Sharma. So pretty much the same 11 as before. Well, there's some rain here on day 1. So usually I'd like to bat first, but there's a lot of rain. If we can get through the rain, it's going to help. If we play and there's like rain breaks all day, you can get bowled out really cheaply. I'm going to bowl just because of the rain. I usually like to bat, but I'm definitely going to bowl because it's very overcast. And we'll see if we can really get on top early. Hopefully this doesn't backfire. We will have to chase in the 4th innings. That was a bit of a conundrum. This is what I wanted, where it doesn't rain at the start, because sometimes you'll lose half a session. Yeah, this is kind of what I didn't want, and then we've got to lunch. But if it rains most of the day, it's not going to help us. Yeah, this is what we wanted, just a half a session where batsmen have to keep restarting. Oh, I forgot to bowl Hazelwood again. Do you know what? Sorry, Pat. Let's go with Josh Hazelwood. Good start again from India. And, I thought I'd put the commentator's curse on them again. Let's get Paddy on. I think Lyon might get a little bit more of a bowl. There's a snick to Steve Smith. Agarwal is gone. Oh, Hazelwood's cleaned up. Okay, again, a good start from India. Struggling to go on with it. Let's keep the seamers on just for now with such overcast conditions. I'll give Lyon 1 over. Poor Nathan Lyon. Alright, 2 for 59. No rain, but a nice overcast afternoon session. 47 overs. So in this version of the game, they added in some lost time. So they will extend the session out, I think, past 6 o'clock, which is meant to be the normal finishing time. We'll see how many of these overs we'll get in. So what, 44? So it should take us to 71 overs if my maths hasn't deserted me as I'm commentating at the same time. There's a snick. Stark. Scott Kohli's gone for just 5. Having a hard time down under is Virat Kohli. That's going down leg side. It's really just been a mostly pace assault at this stage. But I've been really looking forward to these 4 test matches. We had a lot of gameplay with no tests after kicking off against Bangladesh. It was a long wait to play Afghanistan in 2 test matches, which was my last video. And now 4 blockbuster matches against India. So we do have a one-day series after against India and then New Zealand, and then 3 test matches against South Africa, so they should be exciting as well. Hazelwood's gone through Rahane, 4 for 106. Yeah, it's really the seamers. The spinner's not doing much. I'm going to give Maxwell just 2 overs here, just to see what he can do. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Give Stark and Cummins time to recover. It'll pretty much just be a pace bowling assault until the end. Okay, got Prithvi Shaw. He's coming back into the side. I was going to say a little bit. It's actually very, very harsh to drop Shreyas Iyer after batting well in that first game. Nathan Lyon's not doing amazingly well. Let's just give Maxwell just another 1 or 2. Alright, India recovering really well. Come on, Hazelwood, we've got 4 to go. No, not Lyon. Let's go with Stark and Hazelwood. Vihari's nearly at 100. Oh, it's outside the line. Oh, it's cleaned up. How many is he on? 98 or 99? Vihari's gone. The head's down. He's gone for 95. That's a shame. Right near the end of the day. Let's put some pressure on Jadeja. He only had 2 balls. End of day 1. 5 for 242. So India need the tail to wag a little bit here. We're going to open with Stark and Cummins. So I'll bowl Hazelwood and Lyon. Do you know what? I'll just get Stark on for 2 here. And then give him a rest. And then put Lyon on. Alright, Hazelwood can stay on and Lyon can bowl. And then we'll have Cummins and Stark with the new ball. Oh, it's turned down leg side. Oh, straight through him. Well done, Hazelwood. Ravi Jadeja gone. Very dangerous batsman. Here comes Ravichandran Ashvin. I just love saying his name. It just rolls off the tongue. Prithvi Shaw come into the side. He's doing a good job. Got lots of aggressive batsmen throughout this Indian lineup. India never used to tour well to Australia. They were almost unbeatable at home in the 90s and early 2000s, and then would come to Australia and find the conditions very difficult, but in recent years have really upped their game and definitely were deserving winners of the series in 2018. So India did win the first test, Australia won the second, came back really well. India won the third, and then even though in the Sydney test it rained for pretty much all of the test, India racked up 7 for 600 just to ensure they wouldn't lose, which is exactly what I would have done. There's no complaints there. That's just good tactics so you don't lose the series. Tactics are changing a little bit in this World Test Championship, which I haven't really looked at. I'll have a little look at that after this match. I haven't really paid much attention to it. That's gone. Stark has taken out, I think it was Shami. I've got the new ball. Whoops, let's change line. And let's get... Poor Cummins has been waiting all morning for a bowl. He's only got 1 wicket to work with. They probably should have upped the aggression. Cummins with a nice caught and bowled. India make 290, probably a little bit short of what they wanted. Alright, let's just do highlights for the first 5. See if there's any snicks early on. Oh, there's one. Joe Burns gone for a golden duck. Gee, 190, what did he make? 7, then 3, then a golden duck. Oh dear. Alright, Labuschagne is in. Hasn't made many runs this series. Yeah, there's Warner looking good. Oh, I thought that was going to be cut off. That looked like the animation for the run-out chance. Pulled into the fence. I love the rope goes right into the fence. This year, here we go. Look at that fence all the way on the field. It's like watching cricket in the 90s where the boundary was just the fence. There wasn't any rope. If you're if you're a little bit of a younger fan and you haven't seen some of the older cricket, they never used to have these boundary ropes. It used to just be the fence, and to get a 6 you had to hit the fence on the full or get it over the fence, and you could lean against the fence and lean back and take the catch. It didn't matter if you were touching the fence, the ball just had to go over the fence or hit the fence. We'll have one more over of highlights. So hope you're enjoying these videos and they're not too long. I didn't really want to break test matches up per day. I think 2 in one go is pretty good. Alright, let's skip through a little bit here. 1 for 41. I'm not going to go too aggressive because I'd like to keep some wickets in hand. Alright, not many bowling changes from the Indians. It's mainly Bumrah and Shami. I mean, if you've got a bowler the calibre of Jasprit Bumrah, you would bowl him quite a lot. Warner's blasted to 81. Labuschagne just batting patiently. T on day 2, 1 for 131. So I think the tactics that you can have in test matches, you don't have to rush, which is probably why it makes it the easier format. You can just grind your opposition down. Can Warner get another test 100? I think it'd be about his 28th. Just dabs it down, sprints through, does his jumping in the air celebration. Well done, Davey Warner. Test match 100, number 26, average of 50. What a player he's been for Australia. 34 years of age now in the game. Oh, that was nearly out. Let's turn the highlights off. Labuschagne gone for 63. And we're just still 116 behind India, so that wasn't a good wicket that we wanted to lose. I'll put the highlights on just for those wickets so you can see what's happened, which I know kind of ruins the suspense, but as we're playing through this style, you can have a look. Alright, keep coming through. Oops, I need to put bowling back on. I do like actually playing this on the computer. I played a lot of the last few years, as mentioned before, on my phone, and I've just tried playing it on my phone after here, and it's actually just a little bit strange to play it on there again. It's quite nice seeing all the information here, and also I get to commentate as well. Alright, the end of day 2, 3 for 250. Really good fight back from Smith and Head, putting on 76. Is there any more rain around? There is not. Alright, we'll just keep chipping away here and try and build a good lead. No need for any big speed as Smith gets to 50. And Head should be there pretty shortly as well. Glenn Maxwell in next. Gee, hurry up, Smith. I know, Head. I know we're in no rush. He's been on 49 for about an hour. Still on 49. Smith's gone. Plum LBW. I don't think I've seen Steve Smith get out any other way. I think he gets LBW every single innings. 79. Travis Head, how long has he been on 49? It's been a while. Hey, he's made 50 finally. Okay, Australia ahead by just 28. Well, here's Head getting out. Snicking it to Vihari at slip. It's only 32 ahead, so we do need some runs from Maxwell and Tim Paine. Well, Payne's out. Oh, stumped. Wandering down the wicket. What was he doing? Alright, 56 ahead. So even though I would like to get a lot ahead for the sake of an exciting video, if India fight back here, it'll make for a more exciting match. Maxwell's just going to tee off. And he is indeed. and he's out. But a very handy 44 off just 32 deliveries, pushing Australia's lead to 100, which is really, really handy. Because 50 ahead, I think the game was very close, especially having to bat first. And 104 ahead, another 4 for Jasprit Bumrah. He's racking up the wickets. David Warner, the standout, with 108. Okay, last 2 innings. Let's see how we go. All right. We've got Stark here. Is that a wicket first ball? It is. Plum. So many times you see this in Test cricket for Mitchell Stark. Swings one into the pads. He gets a wicket in his first over so often. Rahul's gone first ball. That's not what India wanted. Alright, here's Paddy Cummins. Apologies if this video is going long. I've tried to make it entertaining. I've tried not to cut out anything. And we've tried to see all the key moments of these first 2 matches. There's tea on day 3. Australia's lead is being eradicated. Oh, that's out. LBW again. There's just so many LBWs in this game. I think the proportion is a little bit too high. Lions getting smashed out of the attack. Which, if you... I know we're delving really deep here into some weird cricket stats, but Lyon went to India and bowled pretty well and did take a lot of wickets, but went for a lot of runs. So when Australia got to the 2013 Ashes, that's a reason why they dropped him for 19-year-old Ashton Agar, because he got absolutely smashed against India in India. But that's just such a hard place to go and play that anyone would have been smashed there. I mean, you have the really interesting figures. Australia picked Jason Krejza. You probably don't remember him, but he played in India and he took 8 wickets in his first innings, and he took 8 for 215. So he was smashed, but he did take 8. And then he only played one more test for Australia against South Africa in Perth, and I think he just took the 1 wicket. And then was strangely in Australia's World Cup squad in 2011. So they didn't really have a very good one-day spinner, and Jason Krejza was playing for Australia, which he wasn't the best, but well done for him for playing some matches for Australia. That's more than most people. I'm going to give Maxwell a couple here. Just before the break, we'll go with some double spin of Lyon and Maxwell. That's out as well. So India just 90 ahead. They probably want to set Australia at least 200 in the 4th innings to make it a contest, because 4th innings is very difficult. Okay, 5 for 205. Let's get the big guns back on. Let's get Hazelwood back on with Cummins or Stark. Let's go for Stark for a couple, because we've got a left-hander in. Oh, is that an inside edge? We'll get Cummins back in. This is where India need to really push ahead, push for the 200 plus. Alright, Stark's had enough. Let's get Lyon in. Haven't really had to go to the 5th bowler too much. What a ball from Lyon. That turned a mile. Wish I could turn them that far. Oh, there's Snick's got Ashwin for a golden duck. Now we're into the tail. That's not really what India wanted at all. Into those bottom 3. And it is difficult if your 9, 10 and 11 are all genuine number 11s. You probably want a 9 that can... Oh, it's dropped. You want a 9 that can hold the bat. And if 10 and 11 can't bat, that's okay. But it just opens you up at the end just to collapsing very quickly. Which I know you're not picking... You shouldn't pick a number 9 or 10 on their ability to bat, but it certainly helps if you've got someone who can bat a little bit. Like even Nathan Lyon averages about 15 at number 10, and then you've got Mitchell Stark at 9, who's a good bat. Alright, the tail was wrapped up very quickly. We took the final 5 wickets for just 7 runs. So India were 160 ahead with 5 wickets left and just got 167 ahead. 168 to win. So I don't want to say this is sealed. Warner's gone for 1. Anything can happen. But you would say Australia short odds to chase this down. Definitely thanks for watching these videos. Sometimes I'll put up some alternate videos, so I'd love if you could watch those as well. I put up recent game pickups, which hopefully some people enjoyed watching. Although I know Cricket Captain is what you are coming for at the moment. Just batting Joe Burns a nice 50 after a couple of low scores. Just 73 to win. Cruise on through. Alright, no problems here for Australia at the end of day 4. Just 20 to win. 10 to win. We'll put the highlights on. Here we go. We've got this new feature up here which I love. Runs to win. Burns drives down the ground. 4 to win. Australia are going to go 2-0 up in the series. Putting the pressure on India. There we go, squeezing it out. Not sure what other people were doing on the boundary. Smith's got the winning run. Australia win, just 2 wickets down. And here is the match summary. Man of the match is Nathan Lyon. Oh, he snuck that up on me. He took 6 for 52 in that second innings. I wasn't really paying attention. I think he got just about everyone out at the end. He got Shami Sharma and some good wickets here in the middle. 6 for 52 for Lyon. That escaped my notice. India 290 all out, Vihari 95, Shaw 82. They did have to bat in the rain on day 1, 3 for Stark and Hazelwood. Australia replied with 394. Great work by Maxwell and Cummins just to push the score, push the lead up to 100. India 271 collapsed at the end with 5 for 7. Lyon 6 for 52. Agarwal a good 82. Burns and Smith guided the innings home with no dramas for Australia. And that leaves the series at 2-0. What we're going to do before we get to the end of the video is just have a quick look at the World Test Championship, and if you can hear the dog, he is barking away. Australia on the top here with 4 of 6 series played. India in second. That looks to be the final. So thank you for watching. See you later and see you tomorrow.